Obrey, edi adani, etoda eye nije, edru mrebi nso a eye nije no so. Wadwene mutimi ya wokesene ya na wonhu ne wonye, ya na eye osaje okrafiri nsem ana. Wonim se, wadwene ye woni paduane ne safo a, dwene mu na nyansa ne nimde wo. Adwene ne boama yefa nsusuye na yesiginaye. Adwene ne boama empo yakoma edan na tinkendi. Na wonim kwan a ewo se wo fa so ebo wadwene ho ban. Wo nyina nkemfo nti. Ena E-NAF consult edi dwumedie ebro. Mental board wo dwumedie so no ye ne mpanfo a wonim de efa yadwen apomden ho bedi nhia na waboa ne anya nimdie ntiase na ye hu kwan a ye befa so abo yadwen ho ban. Enti hia oba entry wo Facebook E-NAF consult and for YouTube E-NAF TV so na ye mom enje sa nimdi kai se Ghana Psychological Association and for Mental Health Authority aji dwumedie yatom wo mental board so de ye say your mental health is our priority. And as you do what the share, Yatna say our Praise Studios, our Old Ebony Park, Pig Farm. Dwumedie a mental board. Dwumedie idea si ho say ye gi nyansane nimdie o ya dwen apomden. O share Facebook aha E-NAF consult, wo YouTube also aha E-NAF TV so. Medin any oba entry. And also Yatna say ye free mental illness ase, ye de bae ebesi anxiety. Ene ye ba me show depressive disorder. Si ye ka depressive disorder ye ba besua na opania ene ye ni na die hia e wo studio ha no oma ye nyansane nimdi a ye behu e wo depressive disorder ni twa me hu sima aba se ye ba medan opania ene ye ni na asim konye e dia tro na fe yi mo twetwe ye dia hyehyɛ so me ba sesia Kaise Ghana Psychological Association and our Mental Health Authority aji dwumedie yatom wo mental board so de ye say your mental health is our priority. Yada was say you try one flip na oda so a train me kai was say wo share like it share na face subscribe se ne be ya afofon so ensa ebetumi aka sa video ni ena so yenya bright komla e wo fidie mu ha oye social worker ena osan so e mental health advocate ye be ma na kwa ba na fe ene depressive disorder ye be twetwe ho ye de ni ewu right akwa ba ena so yada say it was a frail obai depressive disorder. Say can depressive disorder any day.
And depressive disorder is one of the mental illness and I say I can't depressive disorders yaribuma adults it's like a cluster and also a cluster and here one small the color no and say I can't mental depressive disorder. Basic for an ordinary Ghanaian, it's about sadness, extreme sadness that distorts our daily activity. It has to do with our mood. I say, be more be almost say they are low in terms of energy. Yeah, exactly. Ebemu ntumi hu dia potia eye accept that all of a sudden mutumi say neninje ebemu omuka say I'm a sad child ebemu omama mo nickname on say me there I need J7 there be I'm a sad child. Yeah, and basically it just has to do with sadness to the extreme where it distorts your daily activities and your relationships.
Okay. Na dey na deba. Sa aroho a eburo so sa no. E dey you to me deba.
Well, in some so mostly experiences. So maybe divorce, maybe be awari or robbery obi a done the pan and answer or so read their mobile for life forever. And I'm due to one or two things, maybe divorce be aba. And now, maybe previously, now issue, and so on sortie. I said, previous week, I say issues be more. So one hand in the year, and some old dreams say, oh, we are okay. That's still a show. And to be more, maybe more life need now one person. And to say, one person in a few home, it can be death, woo, and now maybe a divorce. And I be saying, don't say, shut it down. Unto me, be abuse, a try put on to me because
Nipana we free na ma ya odina ye kese ahye so.
Yeah. And ebi mu so say e ba nkwala fam so a maybe ni maame ana ni papa nsema okeka. Maybe wo de wo akwala bone wo de wo bre nti yes akwala ni odwin a say me there asase bi am ba de bibia ka so good. So do baby to me distorting emotions and yes na the likelihood of having one of these depressive disorders no very high. Very high. Then so me back also it can be genetic. That I know see confirm genes no they have it inside their gene. It's an area. It's not so common, but it can be transferred. So some certain behaviors are here, you know. Yes, DNA, your genes need to be adopted. A picky nyame bumu. And it's all back to the next person to be transferring behavior. So to me, that part of a genotype something is tied to your genes. And to naturally, but it is something that has been transferred from birth as well.
Okay. And then we can share the types of depressive disorder. And also silence for time's sake, no bekasa for about three simple one. And the bakune major depressive disorder. So major depressive disorder, this form of mood issue or sadness that persists. To me, like 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, we won't say, oh, Hona, Bibi, you know, I said, normal, okay, no, what's you know, soon. On to me identify the Emma news soon. Yes, so no, soon. Hona, I will wash your mama. I want to be pinpoint to say, way. There's certainly now a bottle. Now, soon. Ebumu almost that film, almost sleeping pattern. Ebumu didiemu. Is it that didi biom? So usual banku 2 balls. Ni nkru banku ni bibisa. We say major depressive setting na obe reduce it no. And now obe overeat. The appetite nti obi ani die ebumu de it will be no appetite at all. Ebumu de so it's more. It maybe for example while losing the bar sebi obi losing the bar, the person can be so depressed it can go it's a natural process. So be grievy, you'll be sad. But you say a call beyond the regular, not a statistic distortive other activities, they can know that it's a major depressive disorder. But the thing is that for major depressive disorder, mostly I'll call beyond 2 weeks clinically. It doesn't go beyond 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, twice major.
Yeah.
You need to seek help.
Yeah.
And as the people around you need to get help for you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure, twice.
So next one now, persistent depressive disorder. Okay. So only a persistent is a twatwaso. Clinically, so obi or persistent depressive disorder, to me friendly PDD. The list, one of the key things you look for is the list is 2 years. At least 2 years. It is for clinical interview and intake. Now bisana or to make us say for vitamin qualabrim. I am in him. So go beyond 2 years. At least the minimum is 2 years. Then it becomes a persistent depressive disorder.
Okay, right. Types of depression. I was sharing that Praise Media Studios. You try Musima Abba. Say a bar, right at the end of depression, types are a Nefi, Yehu, Yabassia. Kaise, Ghana Psychological Association and a Mental Health Authority, Aji Jumedi Yatum, or mental board so dear, yes, see, your mental health is our priority. I was saying my papa, and I was saying so say, you try on one flip and now that's what ha, only a Jumedi, right, come la, and that's what or your social worker and or your mental health advocate, Mesumidi, any or MP. Right, yentua depression types now.
Okay, so the next one now, substance or medication induced disorder, depressive disorder. And a do baby maybe Arabia how until subscribe a drubiam, and that medication can cause you. It distorts the hormones, it distorts your memory system. You become suddenly depressed. So the depression is due to a substance or is due to a medication that you are taking. And to mostly sometimes do baby who call hospital now you're more withdraw. Now it's a review. Doctor say you have to pay attention. It's a for a name to or say mood now mood need to say then they'll cause it, because sometimes some of this can be induced by medication of substances, and so you have to pay critical attention to all these around you. Yes, the outbursts, irritation. So when it comes to depressive, one of the key things you can notice near irritation. People are not irritated. People are not the brofu. Account.
The next one.
Next one, unspecified depressive disorder. And your clinical requirement or as a symptoms as a sound meeting. A bimuso or meeting 2 weeks and 2 years dead. There's a bumu to me by maybe 4 days, 4 to 13 days, 4 to 5 days. Now, ejai. Now, yes, it can also be a depressive, ethical. Yeah, so maybe for that instance, maybe something is triggering that. It is all to move when the pakonu identify, then you see the person is fine.
What are symptoms but generally, say depression, we call depression more. Dear bemo and son will be to make us a type with any panel.
For types, Nadia. You just have to pay critical attention to certain switch. So maybe it will be grief. I'm talking about grief because it's a so it will be grief. We're losing the young baby or donate or burn sana. Normally ubusu or bear the basaka cry. There's a do baby the person has to bounce back. That's what we say. The pakono bounce back to the person's old self. The dressing as a son, the trimming, styles no or casa as a son. If they be to me, they become very suicidal as well. Yeah, woman Bakacho say, person being furious. Because they mean both being before me na menko. Those are signs. Those are signs. Yes. A bit more anchor on cousin person kumu. In some no becan, because sababa for me. You have to begin to be careful. Ababa for me. And I'll be saying, Minaka me da, mamma, so a crebium. Cool. When we say the suicide ideation is coming in, as because it can be as a result of depression or even the last week anxiety, and those things are key signs you have to look at. On the pakoni nididiemu for whether to find out say a persistent depressive and a major, no, you leave that to the expert, because your name is say a assessment and say to me and draw that conclusion. Because a bimu or young person say very critical analysis and say able to me, otherwise we be wrong diagnosis, we be wrong treatment and one pakoni. So if you see say obi our ashanima, it is more than days, it's more than weeks. And I use your example be maybe you are breaking your heart The bakon will break your heart na asa. Okay, we're moving on. Then so after 2 months, we're moving on. Still, we soon, still on to me nyashe, on to me didi, on to me da, on to me good. We're locking home. Ebi mu kampo omoda. They have nightmare. Nightmare. A tormentum. That's be beat at time with you or Modayemu, and I want to me day. It never be brave to me, sia. To me, ha, sound call for you. I hear say obesity treatment.
Depression are okay. Me met me experiencing. Last week, okay, said Kwalampo anxiety they go through depression on Kwalampo.
Yeah. Debbie. In Kolasu go through depression. In fact, say about in Kolana, the way you could see Ubutme will say Akolabi is going through some mental health issue. Truancy. Pay attention to truancy. Poor academic performance. Interpersonal relationship. Nipakono or the class. Nipakono speech. Akwalano starts now. Okasa, that's the speech. Starts now. Now I budi. You pay attention. Because in Kolano, the way I'm expressing it different from Penumfono. Because in Kolano there, I do be able to manage your emotions. It is a truancy, poor academic performance. You need to pay critical attention. So this leads me to say that you hear mental health professional at your schools anymore. Because we call one outreach be or one of the schools we say one of these child is going through a severe one of a mental disorders, very severe. And teachers know in their course, and there was no help. It was one of these government schools. There was no help, and the only psychologists and school counselors. And you see, we need these school counselors. We need counselors in the various schools. For about international schools need they have school counselors or mobile. There's to say by government schools need some other private schools but you need people to help them because so a school now your child and emotions and your balance the performance and to me I call through depression as well.
Right, that's it. I will share mental board. Mental board, they are promoting E-NAF consult and a dear. Ujumedi so yeni mpenfa woni de efa ya dwen akomde no ene sinkunya wo boan ne anya nimdie ene ntiase na fe ehu kwan ya ebefa so aboya dwen ho ban na fe ya tiate nkafase ene nso dwumedi ne ekoso ya de bromidin ene oba entry bright komla ena hotel nkan ya tenase ewo Pray Studios ewo Old Ebony Park Big Farm se dwumedi e wo hwe na se me hwan yo fa the mystery glamour ene share matade obetumi afre no ewo 0552996727 so make happy so eyofa Dior Beauty Salon or Instagram and Snapchat friend ewo 0204062337 Pray Studio higher tea so pese emrantie ne mabawa ewo ho ebeteki o program bia wo ye o beteki still pictures and videos mawa from ewo 0548646069 so mamo beba bedi udwuma no ama no ayefe yedi si ha na ye twan ho sima ba ye ba ye de dwumadie ebeto aso Kaise Ghana Psychological Association and a Mental Health Authority aji dwumadie yatom wo mental board so de yesi your mental health is our priority.